Have you ever wondered about the origins of Dionysus and Hestia and how they became Olympians? Let's delve into their fascinating birth stories. Dionysus, the god of wine, fertility, and festivity, was the child of Zeus, the king of gods, and Semele, a mortal woman. His birth was far from ordinary, as he was born twice. After a tragic incident led to Semele's demise, Zeus rescued Dionysus, who was still an unborn baby, and sewed him into his thigh. Dionysus was later born from Zeus, marking his second birth, a testament to his unique nature. Now let's turn our attention to Hestia, the goddess of hearth and home. Hestia was the eldest daughter of Cronus and Rhea, two titans. Cronus, paranoid about a prophecy that predicted his downfall at the hands of one of his children, swallowed each of them as soon as they were born. Hestia, being the firstborn, was the first to be swallowed. However, her story doesn't end there. Zeus, who managed to escape the same fate, later forced Cronus to disgorge his siblings, freeing Hestia and paving her path towards becoming an Olympian. Their births were anything but ordinary, setting the stage for their unique roles in Olympus. Dionysus, a god known for his dual nature, brought joy and divine ecstasy or brutal and blinding rage. Born from the union of Zeus and a mortal woman, Dionysus was a god unlike any other. His mother, tragically consumed by Zeus's divine form, left the infant Dionysus to be raised by nymphs in a far-off forest, secluded from the prying eyes of Hera, Zeus's wife. In this forest, Dionysus discovered the art of winemaking, a divine gift he would later spread across the world. He was the first to press grapes underfoot to let the juice ferment and mature into wine. He tasted the sweet nectar and felt its intoxicating effects, and he knew he had discovered something extraordinary. From this secluded forest, Dionysus embarked on a journey, spreading the art of winemaking far and wide. He traveled across continents and islands, teaching mortals the secrets of the vine. He brought joy and ecstasy, filling hearts with the spirit of revelry and merriment. But he was also a god of duality. Those who resisted his gifts or scorned his teachings were met with madness and despair. His journeys took him to far-off lands, to the heart of India, and back to the shores of Greece. His followers grew in numbers, their festivities honoring the god of wine, fertility, and festivity. And with each passing year, Dionysus's influence grew stronger. Dionysus's acceptance into Mount Olympus as an Olympian was not an easy feat. He replaced Hestia, the goddess of the hearth, a decision that was met with resistance. But Dionysus, with his followers and his divine gifts, proved his worth. He was not just the god of wine, but also the deity of fertility and festivity. He embodied the spirit of joy, the rush of ecstasy, the thrill of the feast. Dionysus, the last god to be accepted into Mount Olympus, had a journey as intoxicating as the wine he brought to humanity. His story is a testament to his dual nature, a god who could bring both joy and despair, a deity as complex and intriguing as the beverage he introduced to mankind. Hestia, the firstborn of the Olympians, was the goddess of the hearth, architecture, domesticity, and family. Being the eldest child of Cronus and Rhea, she was the first to be swallowed by her father, and the last to be regurgitated, placing her both at the beginning and the end of the siblings' birth order. Hestia's role in Olympus was as significant as it was understated. She was entrusted with maintaining the hearth's fire, a task she performed with unwavering dedication. This sacred flame was not just a source of warmth and light, but a symbol of unity and sanctity for the gods and mortals alike. Every city in Greece had a public hearth dedicated to Hestia, where the fire was kept burning perpetually. Despite her crucial role, Hestia was a goddess of few words, choosing to remain in the background rather than partake in the often tumultuous affairs of the other gods. Her gentle and calm demeanor was a stark contrast to the fiery personalities that often dominated Olympus. Hestia was pursued by two of the most powerful Olympians, Poseidon, the god of the sea, and Apollo, the god of the sun. However, she chose to remain a virgin, rejecting their marriage proposals. This decision was not driven by fear, but by a desire to maintain her independence and dedicate herself fully to her divine duties. Perhaps the most striking aspect of Hestia's character was her selflessness. When Dionysus, the god of wine, was granted Olympian status, there was a dilemma, as only 12 gods could hold seats in Olympus. To maintain peace and harmony among the gods, Hestia voluntarily stepped down, relinquishing her seat to Dionysus. Her decision was met with great respect, and she continued to play her role, unaffected by the change in status. Hestia, with her warm heart and peaceful demeanor, chose harmony over power, embodying the essence of home and hearth. Despite their contrasting personalities, Dionysus and Hestia shared a unique bond as Olympians. Their paths were far from ordinary, marked by a blend of sacrifice, celebration, and the power of choice. Dionysus, the god of wine, fertility, and festivity, was the only Olympian with a mortal parent. His mother, the beautiful princess Semele, was a mere mortal, while his father was none other than Zeus, the king of the gods. Dionysus was known for his boisterous nature and his ability to incite joy and revelry wherever he went. Yet despite his exuberant personality, Dionysus held a deep respect for Hestia, the goddess of hearth and home. Hestia, the firstborn of the Olympians, was a stark contrast to Dionysus. She was the embodiment of the home and hearth, symbolizing family and domestic life. Hestia was a peaceful goddess, choosing to stay out of the squabbles and politics of the other gods. Her calm and serene nature was a soothing balm to Dionysus's vibrant and sometimes chaotic energy. The mutual understanding between Dionysus and Hestia was profound. Dionysus, despite his wild nature, recognized the importance of Hestia's domain. The hearth, after all, was a place of gathering, of community, and of celebration. Concepts not too far removed from Dionysus's own sphere of influence. Hestia, on the other hand, accepted Dionysus's role in Olympus. She did not shun his revelry but understood its place in the grand scheme of things. After all, every home needs joy and celebration as much as it needs peace and stability. Their unique statuses in Olympus further deepened their bond. Dionysus was the last to enter Olympus, the only god born from a mortal. Hestia, despite being the firstborn, chose to step down from her position to maintain peace among the gods. This choice was not a sign of weakness, but rather a testament to Hestia's strength. She was willing to make a sacrifice for the greater good. Dionysus, the god of wine and revelry, respected this. He, who was often seen as carefree and spontaneous, appreciated the depth of Hestia's decision. Their shared experiences as Olympians, their mutual understanding, and respect for each other's domains painted a vivid picture of their unique bond. Their stories reveal a tapestry of sacrifice, celebration, and the power of choice, making Dionysus and Hestia two of the most intriguing figures in Greek mythology.